Daniel, thank you. Now to a Team 10 follow-up. Just hours ago, search warrants regarding a rape investigation involving former San Diego State football players were unsealed and released to the media. Our investigative team spent the afternoon pouring through the warrants. Team 10 investigator Adam Kusin joins us now with what you guys have uncovered.
Yeah, well, these warrants are detailed and graphic, disturbing. That's really the best way that I can describe this. In total, 10 search warrants were released to us and other members of the media. We went to court to get these documents to better understand what happened that night back in October of 2021. In a civil lawsuit, 3 San Diego State football players were accused of gang rape. The San Diego County District Attorney's Office investigated and decided not to file any charges. Now let's get to those documents. We've blurred the documents because they're full of names of people who were either involved or witnessed the events of that night. The warrants are for things like emails, text messages, and social media conversations about the events leading up to that night and what may have happened. The warrants contain what's known as a probable cause statement, the reason they want the information. In that statement, police describe responding to a radio call for a rape report that allegedly took place earlier in the week at a house in the college area. The warrants graphically describe a teenage girl having sex with multiple men. Some people that spoke to police saying some of the encounters were consensual and some not. The warrants talk about the girl thinking the incident was recorded because she saw the flashlight of a camera. They also talk about bruising and blood found on her body. The warrants go into detail about the events leading up to the incident. That night of the alleged sexual assault, warrants show Doe and her friends had been to several parties before arriving at that house in the college area. They also describe Doe as being drunk by the time they got there. They go on to describe several different accounts of what happened next, where she was in the house, who she was involved with, and what happened after. The warrants also talk about phone calls with some of the men involved, like Nowlin Iwaliko and Matt Ariza, admitting they believe they had consensual sex with her. And there are a lot of different accounts and witnesses, and this played out over several days. We're still going through all of these documents, and we'll let you know what we find.